Pretty good.
Flaps up.
Flaps up. A little more nose up for that turn. This is 50% throttle. Not really sure that it flies good on 50% throttle. And I should probably be adding power for those turns. It really slowed down quite a bit in that turn. This plane will tip stall, especially with rudder usage. Yeah, I'm going to just practice turns on this flight. So pulling back a little more using rudder, still dropping. So I'm just thinking we need 75% to stay at maneuvering speed. Yeah, it's just better at 75. Let's do hands off, hands off. Yeah, flies nice. All right, so turns are okay. Let's go full power and see what happens. Doesn't really climb much. Keep it close in. Full power dive. Pull up a little far away. Split S. Half throttle. So let's do some, let's go 75% and do a landing pattern with a low pass. Seems to be a little nose high. Gave it some nose down there. So let's do a diving turn. Cannot see that plane. Yeah, that plane is very hard to see when it's coming at you. A little more nose down, see what it does. Hands off. That's a little better. It's a diving turn. There's the invisible pass. Cannot see this plane when it's far away. So when it's coming at you far away, it is very hard to see. Just pretty much flying from memory at that point. Hands off. So let's see.
Timer 1 elapsed.
So timer 1 elapsed. We'll do a cutting power. Cutting power. Dead stick. Adding power. That's full power. So let's go ahead and that's 50% right there. Need to be careful on the base leg.
Timer 1 elapsed.
Dead stick there. And still it carries a lot of speed. So you can hit dead stick earlier for your landing approach. Flight mode is bumped up 2%. It's on. There's a headwind, significant headwind now. This plane is ready to launch. So auto level took care of that bad toss.
Flight mode normal. Flaps up.
Remove flaps. So adding power during the turns is a thing with jets. So I'm flying hands off, adding power during the turn. Really looks good. Certainly don't need much, so full power for a nose up. Hands off, full power. while it's in a turn, make it level, hands off, full power. It flies straight. So half power, 50% throttle. Add a little power in the turn. So let's fly inverted, climb up. So it needs a lot of nose down to fly inverted. Let's go ahead and try that again. Keep it high. Kind of slow, can barely see it, so nose up a little bit, kick it over, and pushing the nose up to fly inverted. So second you take off the nose up, it heads down. That was flying level inverted. Let's try a 45-degree upline. Still, same deal. Yeah. So the CG is too far forward. I can move that CG back. Let's go ahead and
Flaps 2, flaps down.
got full flaps now. Let this thing slow down. Hands off. It's coming down just a little. No, it's flying level with full flaps. Bring this plane around to the center line of the runway. Push the nose down.
Timer 1 elapsed.
There's your low flyby.
Flaps 2.
Full power. So do a landing approach. I'm on flaps 2 now, which is halfway. And oh, let's see, we've got a new wind direction here. So I'm going to cut power a little earlier, half throttle right now. Come over and find the runway.
Timer 1 elapsed.
That is deep. Cutting power, 0 power. That's dead stick. Comes down nicely on dead stick. Auto launch is ready to go. Got a headwind. So a nice light toss really seems to be good.
Flaps up.
Remove the flaps, cut the
Flight
power.
normal.
So let's do a trim testing. It's coming down just a little bit. Adding power through the turn. Back to 50%. Hands off. That's nice and level. Let's go full power. See what the trim looks like. Don't need that much bank. Let's get those wings level.
Speed mode.
Let's go to speed mode and adjust the trim. Hands off, wings level. So now it's coming down a little bit in speed mode. I don't know what I'm hitting there. Go to half power. So it's speed mode. We want to give it a couple clicks. Go back to
Cruise mode.
go back to cruise mode. We're at 50%. Probably need a little power in those turns. Using rudder really walks it around. So you can do your turns at 50% power, but you're probably very close to a tip stall. All right, so let's do an axial roll. Get this thing turned around. Should be able to do an axial roll at 50% power. Pull the nose up. Do an axial roll the other way because I'm not used to it that way. Pull the nose up. Not bad. Let's do some landing approaches. Without getting the plane into the sun too badly. So cutting power to very low power. That's a slow flyby into the wind. Adding power to climb a bit and for the
Timer
turn.
1 elapsed.
So back to 50% power for the landing pattern. I'm going to do a little shorter landing pattern this time, cutting power. Oh, and I'm going to...
Flaps 2.
I hit the flaps at the last second. Dead stick. Yeah, you don't want to hit too much nose up, that's for sure. And
46%.
46% this time. I'm bumping up the elevator offset on each flight. So nice little lob seems to get this thing going nicely. This plane is ready to fly. So that was a little tip stall that flight mode.
Flaps down. Flaps 2. Flaps up.
Flaps up. Cut the power.
Flight mode normal.
That was a nice climb out. It can go a little steeper, I think. So now that we're up here, I can just barely see that plane. I want to do a little inverted flight. Going slow, so nose up, flip over, push that nose up enough to keep it flying. Do a turn. Get the wings level, get the pitch right. Quite a bit of, do a little low bank turn. Get the speed up a little bit. Let's come out of this. Didn't like being so far away. So here we are at half throttle. Let's do some close-in aerobatics. Gonna see if I can climb. So that's climbing to a stall there. If I tried to do a split S, it would have not really moved out very good. Let's go back down to lower elevation, do our turn and approach to a split S and give it full power, climb up, snappy split S, cut the power again. At the top, there's no need for any power once you get through that split S. So dive down a little bit at 50% throttle, hit power to climb, snappy split S, cut power, pull out pretty quick. Let's do a very hard pull out from that split S and see if I can make it stall. Adding power for this turn, adding power. Full power for the climb up to the split S. Split, cut power. Full up elevator, seemed to be okay. It might have been stalling a little bit, still dead stick. Now we've got power. Adding power for the turn. Half throttle. Full power. Yeah, you can throw your full elevator into that. Let's go ahead and fly on...
Timer 1 elapsed.
Oh, timer 1 elapsed. All right, so let's go ahead and set up a short landing.
Flaps 2.
Got flaps 2 down. That's plenty deep. Cutting power. I'm going to go dead stick right now. Just keep that nose down and we're good. Yeah, a little problem. So, flaps are up now. So,
mode launch, 50%.
Launch mode set. Just give it a little lub.
Flight mode normal.
That is very steep.
Flaps up.
Flaps off. Dead stick for a diving turn. Half power. Oh, it needs more than half power. All right, so let's get up to a little more speed here and a little more altitude. About 75%. All right, so for that was almost a little stall. So we'll dive to a loop. Oh, it just barely does the loop. And that was a tip stall. Just barely does the loop at 75%. So here we are at 75%, full power, half power, much better looking loop. I think yeah, that was a tip stall. So that was a tip stall. I used rudder. I'm going with the CG is plenty far back right now. Adding power for the turn. Full power for the loop. Half power. Full power. Do a little bigger loop this time. Half power. So the loops do require full power. So I've got power on during this turn, and there's your stall. There's your stall again. So let's try some, let's go to full power. There's full power, doesn't look that fast. Let's do a tight turn with rudder. And that was a tip stall. Tight turn with rudder. Could handle it that way. It might be the wind direction that makes the difference. This is full power. Tight turn, here's the rudder. You really got to stay ahead of this plane on full power. Let's go to a loop. To inverted flight. Come out of the loop in half power. Pretty fun plane to fly. Be careful, there's half power. Be careful with the rudder. The low pass.
Timer 1 elapsed.
So let's go ahead and set up a...
Flaps 2.
Got the flaps down, cutting power. Set up a short. I'm going dead stick right there because of the altitude. So I'm going to go ahead and let it dive a little bit. Coming onto the runway. If I need power, I'll add it. I'll add a little power. The EDF does not wind up very quickly. That was about half power, and it was not going to fly out of that.